And we're blind. I don't know, Rhombus. I can see that the bar hanging over the road in front of me. I don't think this is bright enough to back-to-back memes now. Yeah. Okay. Let's go back to doing the thing I'm actually here to do. Also, to answer the question before from Kagaris, or how's the stream been going so far? Saw some really cool menus, played some moderately painful tracks. I would say it's going okay as long as there's nothing worse than those two in store. I'll consider this good. Because I know next week's I'm not going to be that lucky next week once fucking April Fool's tracks are out. Like, oh no. Oh no. Also, I do this every Friday. I was not here last Friday because I was out of town on a ski trip. Did you like the SK series? Mostly. I had some issues with it. Let me give this track some attention first. There are some issues with the visual clarity elements of it and like communicating obstacles when you're coming into them. And it's a little bit frustrating with how long it is with no checkpoints, but then again, that's like the entire point of it, so I kind of give that a pass. Oh, I've seen these hazards before, and why did I think I'd go around the left of that? I don't know. But yeah, for the most part, I actually did like it. Not my favorite kind of thing, but it's got some problems that can definitely be cleaned up. I mean, the one with the one obstacle that I went about how you should show it off first, just like, yeah, just, at this point, I don't want to try to put together words, and yeah, it's just like, I'm not going to go back through it again, so I will just have to say, you know, watch the recording afterwards if you really want to get in depth with that. And so there's one aspect that's not necessarily going to be an easy fix, but could still be fixed. Unworthy. Oh, this is by 11? I thought this was going to be a Rhombus level based on the visuals and stuff. Huh. Let me play this again. Oh, read the description. So red. Indeed, it is very red. Or were you saying read the description of something else? Yeah, that's true. You probably can. You might even be able to, or is that a YouTube stream thing where you can actually rewind the stream as it's going? That might be a YouTube thing. Yeah, the intro feels a little long and boring. It's an okay build-up. Skybox is cool. It is indeed very red. Basic buildings, we got cool barriers. Like, I don't know, this all feels decent. I don't feel like this is one that's gonna really this doesn't really stand out to me as being particularly great. But it feels solid. Like, this is one of those, like, yeah, this level's okay. There isn't really anything overtly wrong with it. I'm not really gonna want to go back and play it again, but it was fine. It's kind of how I'm feeling right now. I do have a bit of a cool set piece at the end. I feel like the problem is everything else felt so basic, even though we get a little cool thing at the end. The level still feels pretty basic, visually. Like, yeah, we have a solid theme and stuff. The Neo Seal blockers don't fit it too well. I don't know. The blocker, I don't have an issue with the blockers. I feel like they give it a bit of visual interest that it needs. Yeah, you could definitely find something that thematically fits better. They're not like the best choice, but they're not bad. I would rather have that than extremely boring blockers, because yeah, I think the level needs a little more interest. Like, it's fine. It reminds me of Rhombus. You were doing the short levels, I think. I'm gonna give this a thumbs up because I do think this is a solid level. It doesn't have like the really nice solid flow that some of your other short levels have had. Like, I'm not saying this is one of your levels, but it's like those levels I think are better just because like the driving experience and the flow of them. This one's a little bit of a mixed bag, but it feels okay. Like this feels like this is, again, it's like there isn't really anything wrong with this, but it's not really doing anything particularly great to stand out. besides the visual theme, which is like, it's cool, but it's not like mind-blowing. It's not like so cool that it's like, I want to play this level just to see the cool elements. It's like, nah, it's not there. SK Advanced, wait. 2 different versions? I didn't notice this before. Next in endurance on your sub is the broken version, where skips are possible from the central room and has 2 invisible lasers. Broken as in not things not working as intended, or like you made it that some of the machinery and stuff was supposed to be broken. Not intended. Okay. Gotcha. I will keep that in mind then. I'm still gonna play it because it's on our list, and why not, I guess. And hey, maybe I can reiterate some of my thoughts about the first one. Immediate thoughts are the visuals are not as interesting. It's not bad, but after playing the other one, I'm like, yeah, the other one's better. Which, I mean, if you went back and revised it and decided to make improvements, makes sense. It is brighter, that's for sure. I feel like I can see things a little better. Yeah, we get the laser grids. I do like the variety of laser traps. These feel a little bit out of place when like 99% of everything else is lasers, though. I don't dislike them. I'm just like, when I see them, I'm like, that's a little bit odd. Not necessarily a bad thing, just an observation of, that feels kind of out of place. And I messed up because I wasn't paying enough attention. Oh yes, feedback from the first one, that jump feels really blind if you don't know what's going on, because it's like, I'm just flying through empty space with a vague kill grid cylinder around me. I'm like, where am I going? It does throw you directly towards the road, so I appreciate that, as I've learned. You know, you just drive off it straight, you'll be okay. First time I went off it, I'm like, oh god, where am I going? Trying to like maneuver and figure out where my landing point is, and inevitably exploding because I did that. So I don't like how blind that jump is, and there's no like extra elements of the level kind of guiding you in or pointing you towards that. Like it doesn't need to be anything major, and this is one of those much easier said than done things. What the heck? Why don't I get turned around there? But having visual elements to help kind of like either overtly or more like subtly point you in the direction and indicate where track goes here next is something that can go a long way with certain level designs. That one wasn't as bad because the way I angled my car I could see it, but if you go high, like you can't see that almost at all. So that was one of my issues. This one's much less bad, but can have the same thing happen. This section is cool. I like that. It's a little bit funky and the arrows stand a little bit much, but... Oh, what the... Oh, excuse me, computer. Hold up. I just got something pop up. Is the stream alive? What broke? I was like, a folder just popped up over my game on my screen. I'm like, what? Excuse me. Recording. Yeah. I don't think it disconnected. It's just like the folder popped on my screen. That was where I thought. So yeah, what I was gonna say is the first time I came this obstacle, I came on this side, and you see this, you see the bloom on the lasers. It's really hard to tell what's going on if you don't already know what this obstacle is at a time. So I ended up clipping the edge of this and crashing because I'm like, lasers, wall. I don't want to drive straight into the side of the road. What do I do? After seeing it once, though, it's like, okay, and this is probably like a thing where it's harder to understand when you're building the track yourself. It's like, you see the obstacle, then you understand what's going on. So what I said in the original one was, this approach is actually the perfect introduction because we come at them from above, you get a nice view of these, or a much nicer view of these obstacles to see what the hell is going on. So by the time you get down here, you're like, okay, I see. There's a safe tunnel here under the lasers. And then when you come at them if you were to swap those two sections and you come at another one head on, you might be like, I can't see it clearly, but I know what that obstacle is now. So I feel like this is the one problem that I'm saying would be tricky to kind of redesign the level to accommodate for, but if you could introduce it in that order, that would actually be a really good way to introduce that hazard. But yeah, otherwise, this feels largely the same, other than, like you said, there's some weird kill grid missing stuff where you can super shortcut skip through. Oh, because we have infinite cooldown, you can't jump. You can't get off the track normally. But when you fly off the jumps... Yeah, so we do have a return to those block elements, which is cool. It ties that in a bit, but they're a little too spaced out from the first ones that I said felt out of place. But yeah, so this actually ties into the conversation earlier we were having about disabling and enabling abilities. Infinite boost is something I personally think you need to use very carefully. So like you said, in this track, it was breaking the jump so you could massively shortcut. If somebody finds a way to get out of bounds or around the kill grids, they're gonna fly wherever the hell they want. So it's like, there are times and place for infinite boost, but it's like, you do have to be aware that if somebody figures out how to get off your track, they're never coming back to your, they're never driving the actual road ever again. If you're okay with that, sure. I don't like too much when it's too easy to get off with infinite boost, so... And again, I genuinely, I get it. I've made a track before. Spacing your cooldown points and stuff can really be a pain in the ass, but it makes the play experience a bit better in my opinion, so just something to keep in mind. I do not think it ruins this level. I think it's actually fine here, but it's definitely something to be careful of. And yeah, I do think the new version is generally an improvement. Gameplay is more or less the same, but I like the visual upgrades you gave it. And I think I ultimately ended up giving an undecided on this one before, because I was like, some of my issues with this feel like they're really holding it back, but I think with some touch-ups, it would actually, like, it wouldn't need too much to make me consider this pretty good. Thing to watch out for is making the maps really long with no low abilities. Like, yeah, if you're building story, you want to, yeah. Wonder, found a tiny hole in the original. Yeah, and that's the other thing. Sometimes you just have to accept in distance. People are gonna find a way to break your level and skip a bunch of it. Like, it took me a while to come to grips with that and be like, oh man, but it's like, you just have to accept that this is never going to be a fully grounded experience game, no matter how much you try to force it. Like, people are going to try and find ways, and you just have to accept that's okay. You can still make cool things, and some people will still drive it, and they'll be like, you know what, this is fun, I enjoy that, even if it's not the fastest way. This third's action reaction. Oh, wait. Need some thematic thing, yeah. Dialogue or something. Okay. Okay, so we'll come to it. First 3 basics got updates after 2. Cool. Yeah. Would not suggest dumping lore in descriptions. Yeah. Works for short snippets, but it's otherwise should be discoverable areas. Whereas can and will break your map to hell and back if it means they get the world. Okay, yeah, absolutely. Max has been helping to prevent skips. Yeah. And I think there is such a thing as good skips and bad skips. Like, if somebody goes outside your entire geometry and just goes right to the end, some players like that, and I'm not saying, like, this is, like, bad as in you should feel bad for doing it, but from a level design perspective, yeah, you really don't want people doing that kind of stuff, because it's like, it negates the levels. I understand. It's like, no, as a map creator, you don't want people to just not play your level at all, like, because they're just flying off into the distance. But at the same time, it's like, it's okay for people to be able to find skips, because they will. Alright, if there's a long conversation, let me just tab out and read it. Hold up. There's the thing about Twitch publishing your VOD. That's YouTube. I think this had some inspirations by one of the unfinished match by Hiroshi. Honestly, the main ideas right now are for levels based on my other personalities. The first one being a level based on the Abyss, a part of my first Alter Wolf's backstory. GTN is streaming, making a wapping map, including driving on a sliced half of the car. Is it a motorcycle map? It's responsible for weaving every single event that ever happens together. Abyss threads action to reaction, forming the changes the universe goes through as time moves on. First off, I'm not sure how I'd get that across. Yeah, concepts like that are like, you can make things inspired by that, but actually communicating that to the player and making them get that message, that's gonna be hard. That's a pretty tall order, but hey, if you can get anywhere close to it, that's cool. What was the other thing I was gonna say? Gosh darn it, so much is happening today. I mean, that's kind of a good thing, but also it's like, damn it, I'm trying to keep track of things. Gosh darn it. What reminded me of that? I need a moment. I'm gonna do a level design or something. Oh right, yeah, the level descriptions. Yeah, you got to be careful with those, because the problem is you can see them in Steam, but the game does a really terrible job of letting you see longer descriptions. So it's like, chances are if you make anything past like 1 to 2 sentences, most people aren't going to see it. Hell, I'm going to forget to see it most of the time, even though I want to read all that stuff. So is something to keep in mind. It's not like don't ever do that, just be aware most people aren't going to be able to see, or a lot of people aren't going to see past the first sentence. So it's like, oh, the indicators for learning dropper drones, cool. And it's like, and then if you had a bunch of notes about like, oh, this was in response to this, and keep in mind this, I'm like, I don't see that when I'm in game. If you have to make extra notes for warnings or whatever, it's like, yeah, just be aware. It's not actually visible in game. Oh right, this was introduction to dropper drones. I was like, wait, what is this again? Even though I literally just read it. I see. Oh, I like the arrows showing the, Okay. This is cool. This is actually a really cool tutorial. Oh god. This might be a little much immediately after that. That feels a little harsh. Granted, dropper drones are not exactly like beginner tier obstacles in the first place, but goddamn, we just got a super nice tutorial and now you're trying to murder me. Like, I feel like it would feel better to have things a little more leniently spaced out. But again, that was actually a really cool tutorial for dropper drones. That's actually really nice. Like, awesome idea and well executed too. Like, nice. Oh, what the heck? What is going on with those? Oh, we have a infinite boost again. Again, I'm gonna reiterate, be careful how you use infinite boost, because there's no reason as a, oh, you actually put an alternate pathway down here. I like that. Where does it go? Okay. Oh, sneaky. Very sneaky. Oh, this is what the kill grids were about. Okay. I like stuff like that. Very nice. Cool. Yeah, just be aware that I could just like be like, road? What's road? I am a car-shaped spaceship. I don't need a road. Just because I have wheels does not mean I need to use them. And there's a... Wait, what is this arrow? Oh, it's saying jump here. Yeah, so this level is a little confusing. It's sending me mixed messages because you have some nice tutorialization type stuff, but then you're throwing a lot of advanced bullshit into the mix with it. So I'm like, I don't know about that combination. Oh, and you have a hidden... Okay, cool. I like... There's some really cool ideas. This just feels like it's trying to mix things that don't necessarily mesh together that well. The result isn't bad, the result is just kind of confusing. I'm gonna give this a thumbs up because there's a lot of things I really like far beyond the issues it has. That is my reasoning. Second path that saves 7 seconds and runs differently. Second checkpoint gives infinite boost, but if you take the first alternate path, it avoids both checkpoints. Oh, okay. Alright. I'm not sure how I feel about the execution of that, but thematically, I like that idea that there's an easy path with infinite boost, but the faster path avoids that, and then you have to do cooldown manage. That's a cool idea. Like I said, there's some really good ideas I really like in this. The map as a whole feels like a pretty mixed bag, though. I'm not sure about the execution overall as a whole thing. But yeah, there's that. That's a cool idea. I like that. Basics transfers. And also, if it's like a basics like tutorial map, I'm like, I don't know. 'Cause it's like, I feel like if you really want to make a basics tutorial map, it should kind of stick to that. Maybe have like an advanced test in it or something, but having a strictly like advanced pathing to be like, oh yeah, advanced players can, oh god, have something to try for that'll give them, oh god, what? Oh, that was just confusing. It feels a little counter to the premise of it. Again, not bad, but when the level's actually proposing itself as like an actual tutorial experience, then it doesn't feel right. Not that it's bad, it just doesn't feel right to me. Uh-oh. Whoops. Let's go. Oh! Because I wanna. I do really appreciate, like, giving different ways to approach it. Like, there's clear different routes you can take depending on your skill level or what technique you're trying to pull off here. So this one feels more well-balanced as an experience. At least the basic one. Yeah, showing players different ways to transfer to other roads that aren't simply jump. Yeah, I think you did a pretty good job of that. I think the teleporter one, it's cool. It's like, that's a cool demonstration of like the technology that's in the game. Oh, okay, so, okay, gotcha. It's like, this is a cool thing that's in the game that you can do. Oh god. But it's like, that's really disorienting. Hold up. Oh, I'm all the way back here. One, it's really disorienting. Like, it feels like I'm gonna have to do something for it. And I think it might be better just to use the actual teleporter object, like when you see a portal and the arrow pointing to the other one saying, hey, this teleporter just pops you out over here. I think that would be fine to get the point across, because, like, yeah, the just abrupt warp teleport is cool. Don't get me wrong, it's just like, maybe if you did like a visible, like the actual teleporter object first and then use the warp one later as it, like an example of, hey, you can be teleported without going into a physical portal too, type thing. It just feels out of place with the pacing of the level. Like, it's like, we're starting with very basic stuff and then you're just throwing some confusing arbitrary warp thing at me where I'm like, oh, like, yeah, that's a thing, but why? Again, I understand what you're trying to do here. Just, my thoughts are, that feels weird and out of place being so early, and then we don't actually get a standard teleporter either. But at the same time, I'm also rambling about this a lot because that's essentially my only real problem with this level. Oh god. Oh, that's the advanced path, isn't it? Ooh. Okay. Oh gosh darn it. Fine. Yeah. I see what you're doing here. Oh, and then there's a separate endpoint too. Nice. Yeah, so I like I like your use of multiple paths and that you're actually including like different ways to end the level. That's good stuff. Again, I think this is actually this feels like a much more solid rounded tutorial experience that's not just like the most basic, boring, press X to jump while we slow down type thing. Like it's not the extreme hand-holding tutorial, but it's also introducing you to the concepts in a sensible way that kind of slowly makes things more complicated. Like, that's really good, minus the warp teleport. The warp teleport is just disorienting and confusing. That's like my only issue with this. I think at one point I'll erase the entire level, which is the thing the Abyss will sometimes do to one of us woven. Runs into an issue that requires it to reweave the entirety of time to think. Okay, so you're talking about that Abyss level again, yeah. Yeah, you can definitely do some thematically cool things with that, but again, good luck. That sounds like it's going to take a lot of work, but it sounds like it turned into something pretty damn cool. Okay, drifts. We got the fun music. And beat match laser sauce. Yeah. I'm not good at actually drifting in this game. I know it's a thing. Problem is, distance is not a game that lends itself very well to those kind of mechanics. Like, it exists. This is my first non-meme level. Alright. It is not a bad idea to the concept of, yeah, you can slide into hard turns. It's like, I find this one a little bit questionable just because it's like, it's not a thing you're going to use much in distance, or distance is not very good at it. But again, it's fine. It is an actual thing, and this is giving you a good opportunity to actually make use of that and practice it. So, sure. Short, simple, to the point. Visuals aren't bad. Let me do this one more time because I actually want to look at like the scenery and stuff. It looks like we have a fairly default skybox just with colors. Yeah, it's just the star skybox, which is fine because for this kind of level, it's short and to the point. We don't want a bunch of distracting stuff out there, so I think there's just enough visual interest and cool stuff going on that's like, yep, that feels about right for a short contained experience. Oh, I meant to thumbs up. So yeah. Saws also prevent riding the wall for easy man. Yeah, like I got that. I understood. The saws are like, no, you're not just gonna grind the freaking guardrail going full speed, full boost. You're going to do the turn, which is the entire point of the level. So makes sense. I got that right at the start. I'm like, oh yeah, I can't go around the outside because the saw's right there to make sure I don't. Oh, and then we have this. God damn it, Rhombus. Because I know what pure means to the community. And we're blind. I don't know, Rhombus. I can see that the bar hanging over the road in front of me. I don't think this is bright enough to back-to-back memes now. Yeah. Yep. I can see more than just white. I don't know if this level's pure enough. What is this again? Vibe pure. Okay, so the level is vibe. And now I can no longer see anything. Whee! I don't know where I'm going because I don't even remember what the original level looks like. But yeah, it's vibe est. Yeah, that's as far as we're going in there. Because yes, the entire level is pure white for anyone who does not know these things. It's pure white. And likely has kill grids and other bullshit added to make it either technically or literally impossible to finish. And I'm not even gonna try. Vibe, but that's the wrong way. Could play it without bloom. Nah, turning off bloom on a pure level is cheating. I'm not a dirty cheater, Rhombus. I will just give up and never come back. Okay, so it said puzzle map. So I assumed the meme was you were constantly hounded by a notification telling you you're going the wrong way. Is that okay? I was like, is that a solid barrier that's gonna kill me? By puzzle map, I assume, like, because there's multiple routes, I'm not gonna be able to take the main route at some point. It's more like what was once the right way is now not a viable path. That is my prediction. Based on name and the fact that the level has not told me I'm going the wrong way yet. I would have assumed it would have made me go the less obvious way yet, but maybe the trick is if you try to take the short route, it says no, at least so far. Or does it steal abilities if you go the wrong way? Oh, now you're giving me the wrong way indicator, so maybe. How did I not hit that laser? That's what I would like to know. Oh, can I make this? No, I can't. So I'm guessing the meme is if you hit ability loss, you have to restart because you get a checkpoint and then you don't get it back, huh? Am I? Okay. Yes, alright. Gotcha. And, you know, I can't really complain about that because, you know, it's been made abundantly clear this is not meant to be a serious real level. Oh god, I messed up my cooldown. Hold up. It's not pretty, but we will survive! So, okay, I did need to go the other way. I was gonna say, I'm surprised it didn't force me to go this way. I was like, my expectations are being toyed with. I don't understand. Oh. Did I need to wings through that? I probably did. Can you tell I have not played the original version of this level in a long ass time? Oh no, wrong way again! What? And I don't get my abilities back. Okay. Dev's actually left a third way through. That's slow, so I turned it into the only way. Oh no. Alrighty then. I am not familiar with the third way, but I guess I'm going to attempt to find it. As well, I bitched out on Vibe Pure. Pure levels are the exception, not the norm for me actually attempting to finish things. So can I go up over the mountain? Not like that. There must be a top to this, right? Might not be able to make it by normal means. Or by any means. Yeah, I am not familiar with said third route, so is it inside the tunnels, or do I have to find a way in through the geometry? Because yeah, I don't know what I'm... Is this something? This does not feel like something. No, that is not something. That was indeed a something? Alright. I thought it might be, but I'm like, I don't want to do that. That felt really awkward to try and get onto anything resembling a solid surface, but okay, let's try it again. Oh no, I found the sun option and the sun brightness option. Oh boy. So the goal is indeed to get outside the tunnel under here. Aha. I think I found it. Oh god, how do I get past this kill grid though? That's the next question. kill grid doesn't go inside the pipes, so... There must be a gap in it. Oh, wait. Is that the gap? Aha! I think I found it. Question is, at what point do I get back to normal level? Oh, there's kill grid down there. Gosh darn it. I didn't think there would be. I'm like, this is out of boundsy enough, right? They wouldn't kill grid me down here. They, in fact, did kill grid me down there. I need to remember where I found that hole, because I don't remember where I found that hole. In fact, I didn't add any kill grids. Yeah, no, I believe that. Oh, no. Oh, damn it. It's also why map design with a lot of terrain like this is hard, because it's really hard to not leave holes like this. Like, genuinely extremely hard. I'm gonna try this for a bit, but I don't want to be here all night on this map, so I might not finish this one. Ah, here it is. Okay. Shit. Ah, damn it, I did it again. There's a lot of kill grids in the original. Yeah. Quick test and look at the sun. Go in that hole, go left before going over the tunnel. Okay. Try that. Problem is I don't know what over the tunnel means. Oh god. I am between the tunnels now. I have to remember where I found that tiny little gap. Is it on top of the other tunnel, maybe? Oh. Okay, that's not what I meant to do. Alright. Like immediately left in the hole. Okay. Okay, now I'm definitely somewhere. Problem is, I don't know exactly where this somewhere is or where I'm trying to get. I no longer know which direction I'm trying to go. Uh-oh. Oh, this is bad. This is probably not where I want to be. This does not feel like where I want to be. Oh, I'm falling. You know what? I will just... Okay, I don't see any holes in the kill grid there. Or beside the gap, well, I might just not be seeing it because I don't know what I'm looking for. Yeah, it looked like the kill grid was going right up to everything, but... probably was not looking at it correctly. Oh, I think I saw one. This looks like a gap. Wait, road? Why is there a road here? Is this the correct way? Oh. Oh god. Now I am here. Is there any more finding the correct way, or do I actually get to drive now? Oh, tornado siren. Uh-oh. Good luck, Rhombus. Do not get picked up by the tornado. It's not a shortcut. But yeah, see you around. Good luck with the weather. Okay, that's all. Thank God. Oh, nope, that was bad. Why did I do that? I'm an idiot. Glowing sea life. I was distracted by the scenery. I ran face first into a wall. Maybe it's because I got mad at the laser tunnel. Fair enough. It is kind of a funny meme. I wouldn't call this a good track, but I am entertained by it. Hooray, I have finished. Not a good track, but many few meme tracks actually are. And that's okay.